everyone, I have Agotapop's November Tinies on shelves to show you. Sorry, it's a rather glary as it tends to be on the white paper. If we come in a bit closer, hopefully it becomes a little bit clearer for you. And I'm going to show you now. She's got quite a witchy Halloween type theme, even though obviously November is slightly beyond Halloween, but I think it's quite fun anyway, all the magic witches and things in its sort of cuteness. You know, I'm not one for doing much scary stuff, but there's no scary stuff here. So we have a lovely little witchy hat here and a sort of ghosty there with some leaves, cobwebs, and a sort of pumpkin-y, well, squash here, and we have more pumpkins as you'll see as we go on. So we have a magic book, a book with a little flower. Yeah, that's lovely. A bell jar with a toadstool. Do not open. Look at that. Intriguing. What's in there? And some little herbs, I'm thinking. And a potion. And a sort of box with a spider in. That's a little bit scary for you guys who don't like spiders. Witchy things and try. It's still drawn in a cute way, I think. And we have tarot cards and things. So I think, although this has a hint of Halloween, I think it's more witch than Halloween. I'm going to try and come right in. I find if I chop off the edge of the desk in my view, it tends to be a little bit better. So we have a pumpkin stuff full of flowers. I think that's rather fun. A very scary snake around a teapot. Pouring a little hat cap with face. And look at these upside down candles. That's really good. I like that idea. A love potion, some sort of plant. Toadstools, a little mouse. We also have a little mouse somewhere, I have noticed. We have a little bird in a lovely cage, pretty cage, some cakes with little bones in. Oh, an eyeball on that one. Mirror, and the witch's hat. And we have a sort of umbrella here and a broom. You can see it just about in shot there. A little toadstool pot. Another little mouse holding a gemstone. Look, it's a little jar of worms, I reckon. Toadstools, books, plants and mushrooms with a sort of crystal ball with clouds in. Quite a scary tarot doll with pins. Not tarot, no, what's the word? Can't think, doesn't matter. When you put pins in, I can't think what they call. Voodoo, it says there, thank you. A voodoo doll. A key and some more books, and on the other side we have another. Now you don't have to print these double-sided. I choose to do so because I don't colour them all in, and I would if I had time. It's too much colouring, too little time. What a lovely problem to have. So we have a very pretty looking magic wand and a little sign, Good Witch, and some magic books. Look at this little cat. Look. Oh, the crystal ball, a lovely teapot, and a rather gnarly looking pumpkin. I've never seen one drawn like that before. I think that's really interesting. And a hat, Halloween sweets with little ghosties, and a really pretty little candle inside a sort of lamp. And then we have some potions. Look at the little frog. He's so sweet. And the broomstick. There's a little hat. I like that one. Okay, next page. Sorry, these are larger pictures. We've got 6 on a page here. So we've got potions and a sack of some sort of leaves. Oh no, that's a potion. There's crystals growing in a mushroom jar. We've got a bell jar with a toadstool here with a little plant round the top. It's very cleverly done. Lots of detailing. And here we have, look, a hat, which is a house, little washing line, one sock. Where's the other one? Where's the other sock? This person only wears one sock. And look at that. He looks a little bit scary, but not too scary. Little mouse looks a little bit pensive. Very cute. Here we have an owl. We have spooky sweets in a cauldron. So we have the sort of jelly worms and this sort of slimy stuff. And that's a good one. And on the back we have more. Let's come up here so you can see. So we have a cauldron with an eye patch, which was a fun idea, and for the flowers. We have a old sort of haunted house, I suppose, with mushrooms. Now here we have a jar. It says do not open, and of course it's open and the tree is growing out from it. Now here we have the signpost, and these sort of, look at this, I like this, curly, and then got a cobweb, mushrooms and pumpkins. And this looks like a haunted mushroom house. So the door looks like it's might be closed. All these are blowing in the wind like it's really scary. The bird looks happy though. Doesn't look very scary really, does it? I would make it black inside the windows, and these not lit. It looks spooky. Little tiny door there. So you have a rose in a jar, elixir, feathers and things, some sort of potion going on there. And then the last page has 4 pictures on. So let's go a little further so you can see. So this one is a selection of shelves with various things. So you have a little mouse, hat, jars, potions and crystals and different things in there. Jar with bones and teeth in. Lovely. And here we have candies, so we're trick-or-treating. Presumably we have sweets that look like bones, we have lollies, did sort of candied corn, which you don't get in the UK, an eyeball sweet, that sort of thing. And underneath here we have picture frames with leaves. These are more autumnal. It says magical plants, so yeah. So you've got all these lovely leaves and flowers and things. And then on this side we just have a lot of feathers, which is rather nice. Now I'm going to colour one of these pictures. I'm going to colour a smaller one. I have to say, this page of little ones is very appealing. I am tempted to do our frog or the gnarly pumpkin. I think, hang on, I'm going to stop the camera, get my pencils and make a decision. I decided to do the frog because I'm going to be doing a pumpkin in a minute for a different video, so I thought I might want a bit of a change. 2 pumpkins in a row might not be best for me. So we're doing the little frog, which I think is very cute. So I'm just going to start by putting a layer of colour on my frog, just a base colour, and then we're going to move on from there. So I want a lightish green that is bluish green, I think. So I think I'll use the emerald. I'm using my Polychromos, so emerald green. And as I say, just going to colour the frog all over. So I'm ignoring the little warts or dots. I assume they're sort of warty skin at the moment, and it's a really light layer. So we'll do some more details on that later. It's just, I'm just getting some colour down as a sort of base. Now because I'm using copy paper here, I can't put too many layers down, so I need to be a bit careful that I don't press too hard, but I'm sure I'll be fine. Yes, I need to talk to you about this download. This is Agotapop's November, and it's available on her Etsy shop. My affiliate link is in the description, so if you're buying, you can use the link to get 10% off any of her items in her Etsy shop, although I think sometimes there's a better deal when you go onto Etsy. But if you go on using my link, I think I still get the commission even if you don't use my deal, if that makes sense. I don't quite know how it all works, to be honest. Right, that's a little emerald green. I'm going to grab the what am I going to grab? I'm just looking for what I want. I'm going to use the dark phthalo green now to put in some darker areas, thinking about where our frog might be a bit darker. So the bottom of his tummy here, there'd be shadow, I think. So we're going to put in some shadow, and along his arm here, so just to, and then sort of scumble that out a bit so it sort of fades, although along the edge of the book here there would also be some shadow there. Yes, you can grab it from her Etsy or anything else. She's got a load of really lovely things. I think she's got quite a lot of sets of Halloween pictures. She's got some from last year. There were sort of witchy ones, witchy shelves, I seem to remember. I had a go at those that were lovely. And there was lots of cute Halloweeny things, you know, nothing scary. So there's those to look for. I know it's probably getting a bit late for Halloween colouring too much really, because I don't know whether people continue to colour Halloween things after Halloween or whether they move on quite quickly. And doing the bottom of the foot there. Now I'm going to go back to my emerald and just sort of blend that up a bit. I go emerald green. Myself, as soon as Halloween's over, I start colouring something else. I don't really start Christmassy colouring until December because, well, that's not true. I start recording December videos in November, so I start doing those a bit early, but I don't do too much too early, or else I get bored of and want to move on before the season's even finished. So yeah, I'm a bit careful. So here, look, it's going to be a bit darker under the hat. Little face. Looks a bit peeved. Yeah. Now the arm, you see, would have a little bit darker on each side to make it look a little bit more rounded. But it's tricky because if you make it too dark, it will just disappear into the shadows. And of course frogs aren't always green, but I was looking at poison dart frogs the other day. Oh, I need to colour that bit in, don't I? I didn't stroke them though. Now I don't know whether I want his eyes to pop out. We can sort of put a bit of that around there, like that. Oh, I think I can just have my son's train. Poor lad, it's running like 20 minutes late, but he gets quite an early train, he'll be fine. But it's just like he's been hanging around for ages at the station. Now, I'm going to get an even darker colour now. This is a really dark colour. This is the deep cobalt green. We're going to put in some deeper shadows. So like that. Yeah, it's a shame when the trains are really late. It just said some of them needed repairing or something. I don't know. More trains than normal needed repairs at the same time. That was the what it said on the app. You can see how these shadows just help to start to give them a little bit of shape. And we're going to put them underneath the... Actually, yeah, I'll put a bit under here. I can hear lots of traffic. I guess it's because we've got traffic light. There's all sorts going on out and about at the minute with roadworks and things. And I assume that that is meaning the traffic is suddenly accelerating when the lights change so that they can move. It's very slow. Me and my son were walking. I'm going to make the nostrils quite dark the other day, and we walked. It's quite a long main road up by us, and normally you would drive it quite quickly, and we walked up there. This is the light phthalo green, and we beat the cars, and it was quite a long length of road. I'm just gonna colour these in this, and I will and under that one I with it after. Yeah, I'm back to my light phthalo green now. Just sort of blocking in some of this, making it a little bit darker, I think. Yes, it was chaos, so it's quicker to walk the sort of whatever length of distance it is than to go in the car, which usually isn't the case. Now eyes. I quite like our frog to have green eyes, but I think I need to do a different shade of green. I'm going to go a bit out where and use the earth green yellowish for this bit. And then a black for the, oh, you can't see that, can you? Black for the centre part. Now this white bit, I am going to use a bit of grey. This is the Cold Grey 4. And I'm going to use it on the edge. And then just fade it into the middle a bit, like that. And then when we get our white pen, oops, here's our white, we can draw some shine on the edges of the eye, like that, to make it look a bit more like it's rounded, hopefully. Now, let's do his book and hat. I might do a bit more on his body, but we're going to do the book next. So I'm going to use the green gold for the pages. I like the idea of page edges being in gold. Remember to leave the edge of the book for the cover. There we go. Now, I'm wondering whether, I think I am going to do these stars in this colour too. At the moment, I might put another colour on top, but we'll see. There we go. Now the actual book, try and think of the colour for the hat as well. Let's think. I quite want to do this colour. This is the bluish turquoise. It's a brand new pencil. Look at that, nice and new. Lovely. We'll put just a dark layer on the edge of this because it's quite narrow. I managed to go over it with quite a bit of green gold on the top there anyway. There. And this bit I'm going to put in a bit lighter and then decide. I think it'd be a bit darker nearer the bottom here. Maybe a bit lighter as we go up like that. I'll put it darker around where his, what do I want to say, toes? Fingers? I'm not sure. Now, hat. Purple, maybe? Let's go with this. This is the Delft blue. It's all purpley colour. I'm just going to put a bit all over the hat. And then think about where would be darker. What I'm going to do, I think, is do a bit of darker area here like this. And I think this edge will be darker as it comes in here. A bit of shadow just behind the eye. Like that. But I might put in a bit of black as well. Yeah, my husband talking to himself next door. I think he's talking to himself. I'm sure my son's gone upstairs. Never mind. There we go. Now I'm going to put a bit of black in the hat in places. So under there, a little bit on that edge, not too much. Under there, under the band here, look. Just a few bits. And then I'm going to get a slightly lighter colour. This is the violet to just burnish the hat. Oh, there's a train. Maybe that's his train. Oh, that will be so late if it's his train. Oh, never mind. I hope he's not going to be late. He's very good at hurrying, walking fast, you know. So if he is a bit late, he'll be able to rush and get there. And he's quite chilled. And because he's at uni, it's not work. Well, I think work could be understanding if you're late sometimes. Depends on the job and the boss, I guess. But because he's at uni, a lot of students are late on a Monday morning anyway. To be honest, I'm quite surprised they have a class first thing on a Monday. Right. Hat band. I'm just going to go in black. I think that'll stand out well. I don't really want to introduce another colour. So quite hard here, and then lighter as we go along, like that. Now, I'm not very happy with my frog, so I'm going to do a bit more on him. Just trying to work out quite where to go. So I'm going to grab my emerald green and just colour a bit more. I feel like his colouring isn't intense enough, but also it's a bit more shape. I think this bit might. I think I'm just going to intensify the colour first, this emerald green. I just feel like I can see too much white paper. And then I'm going to go back in and put darker colours back in. Maybe my shadows need to be in a different colour. Right, I'm going to go for the deep cobalt green first and do the sort of these pads. They're better. And I'm going to get a bit of black and do the really shadowy bits. Now, when you're using black for shadows, you need to be careful not to layer too much on, because it can just look dirty. Get my son laughing upstairs. It's supposed to be working, but never mind. I think he was just taking a bit of a break. Let's put a bit of shadow under the hat. Now, these eyes. There. A little bit around here. Yeah. Now, these warts, I would have put a bit of white shine on them, but I think it's going to be a bit too much. But I'll try it. I'm not. I'm just going to go with those bits on the eye. Help the eyes to stand out a bit. Yeah, I think if I do too much on those, it will really stand out. I think it'd be better if I put a bit of brown on them to... Yeah. Let's use the burnt umber. It's really hard for you to see. There you go. Yeah, just so they're a bit of a different colour. Now, these stars, I want to add a bit of a magical look. Just trying to find my... I think I'm going to use this. This is a yellow glitter pen. This is some Stardust Jelly Rolls. This is number 703. I'm just going to go over the top of all of these. You can use a metallic pencil if you have one, or just a glitter pen if you have plain glitter or anything like that. It's also nice to do a bit of magic. You can't see it, but if I do that, you can see the sparkle on the page. There he is, little magical frog. So that is that one done. So there we go. Thank you for watching. As I said, you can get these off Agotapop's Etsy. The link is in my description. I think that's all you need to know. But yes, thank you for watching. Hope that you have a really super day and happy colouring.